AITA for refusing to babysit my sister's kids after she commented on my lack of ambition. I, 26F, work as a barista and part-time freelance illustrator. I genuinely enjoy both jobs and don't mind that my lifestyle isn't fancy. I get by, have my own flat, and save a little each month. My older sister, Sarah, 32F, has always been the successful sibling. She has a corporate job, a big house, and 2 kids, 4M and 2F. Over the years, Sarah has made subtle comments about my life choices. She's hinted that I should get a real job or suggested grow up and aim for something more stable. I usually brush it off because I love my work. But recently, things came to a head. Sarah asked me to babysit her kids last weekend so she and her husband could go to a wedding. Elle agreed, thinking it would be nice to help out. But during dinner at her house the night before, she made a snarky comment. It must be nice not having responsibilities. You wouldn't understand how hard it is to balance work and kids when you're floating through life. I was stunned. I asked her if she really thought I was just floating through life, and she doubled down, saying she just wants me to be more ambitious. I told her I wasn't comfortable helping her anymore and left. She's been texting me, calling me immature and selfish for backing out at the last minute. Our parents think I should be the bigger person and babysit because family helps each other. But I'm tired of feeling belittled. AITA for refusing to babysit after her comment. AITA for being upset with my boyfriend for not disciplining his son for making a racist slur. I, 25F, am a black woman, and my boyfriend, 46M, and his son, 14M, are both white. For the past year, my boyfriend's son has been making racist jokes, including using the N-word, asking people to rearrange letters to spell it and singing racist anthems, and making jokes about black people. Just last weekend, we were playing an online game where he chose usernames like Hitler and ******. This was completely unprompted, and my boyfriend didn't correct him. I don't feel comfortable addressing this directly with the kid, so I asked my boyfriend to talk to him. My boyfriend admitted he knows his son makes these jokes but never had the conversation I asked him to have. Fast forward to earlier this week, the son came home saying that another kid in class had said, "White people are the supreme race." My boyfriend didn't believe him because it sounded like something his son would say instead. Sure enough, the next day, my boyfriend got a call from the school saying his son was the one who made the comment. He was suspended for 7 days. When my boyfriend confronted his son, all he said was, "So you lied to me?" Referring to the fact that the boy initially blamed another student. That was the extent of the conversation. Later, when his other son came over, my boyfriend explained why his brother was suspended and downplayed it, saying it was his first offense. He also compared it to fighting, asking me if I thought racial slurs were worse than physical fights. I told him I thought they were at least on par, but he dismissed me, saying fighting only gets a 2-day suspension compared to the 7 days his son received for his comment. When he picked up his kids from school, my boyfriend asked them what they wanted for dinner like nothing had happened. His other son then asked, "Don't you know what he did? Aren't you mad?" My boyfriend's response was, "Honestly, I'm more upset that he lied to me." Later, when I asked my boyfriend what punishment he planned to give his son beyond the suspension, he told me the suspension was enough because his son already knows what he did was wrong. He also told me he's not going to make his son stop making these jokes because it's his sense of humor and people are just taking it out of context. I feel like he's completely brushing this off. Am I overreacting, or is this a red flag for our relationship? I'm starting to question if this is something I can overlook. My boyfriend's son was suspended for making a racist comment. My boyfriend downplayed it, compared it to fighting, and said his son's racist jokes are just his sense of humor. He refuses to discipline him further or have a real conversation about it. Am I right to be upset? AITA for breaking up with my fiancé and also refusing to speak to my family because they defend her. 31M, broke up with my ex-fiancé, 31F, about 6 months ago. I had been with her for 6 years and it was going extremely well. We were due to marry in a few months and I was excited to have children with her. Honestly, I do still love and miss her, but trust is important too, and I don't think I could trust her again. My ex-fiancé was very well loved by my parents and siblings. Anyway, one day my then fiancé thought it would be funny to prank me, so she got one of her work friends, who I had never met, to knock on our door one day, and when I answered the door, this man who she knew from work claimed that he was married to my fiancé. He claimed that he had married her a couple of years before I met her and that she had walked out on him and was now planning to commit bigamy with me. She acted like it was true and pretended to be shocked to see him before they revealed it was a prank. As soon as this was over, I told my now ex-fiancé that it was not funny and I didn't think I could ever trust her again, so I left her the same day. Anyway, my family, who is very fond of her, tried to convince me to get back with her. They were angry with me and accused me of overreacting, and my parents in particular claimed that what she did was funny and I should have just laughed it off. I basically told them all that unless they would accept that I did the right thing and apologize to me, I wouldn't associate with them. This was 6 months ago and I have staunchly refused any attempt from my family to reconnect, even though they are upset that I'm not speaking to them. I have continued to maintain that if they want me to forgive them, they need to accept that I did not overreact and I would like them to apologize, but they have still refused to do so, so I'm still not speaking to them.